I think you're a fool to think that a 330cc bike is gonna perform like a 650 or a 900. It's just because, why? I don't know. Something special in this bike. Oh, it doesn't turn like the other bike. Give yourself a tight slap, alright? So when people talk about weird things, when they say this bike does not have power, or this, whatever, I've spoken about it in my night video, but once again, I think you're a fool to think that a 330cc bike is gonna perform like a 650 or a 900. It's just because, why? I don't know. I don't know. Just because it's BMW, I don't know. So, you gotta be a fool to expect something like that. Uh, let's move on to the more interesting part of this video. Okay, great. And I'll tell you something about the character of this engine. The engine becomes beautiful, it sounds lovely the moment you go beyond the 6,000 RPM mark, right? If you're on a highway, if you're riding, you're reaching a destination, and you constantly, if you can, right, above the 12,500 mark, above the 6,000 mark, you realize the bike starts to sound completely different, man. It's so much fun. It is, I don't know, it just starts to sound completely different. It starts sounding like a much bigger bike. And before that, it sounds a bit like a Toyota. Oh. I don't like that sound at all, but other than that, yeah. So when we went to the Dudwa ride, I was really enjoying the higher RPM performance. I think this is a great bike, man, for like a 300cc. The quality that you get on this, the reliability that you get on this, is just lovely. Yeah, I mean, if you want to take this bike off-roading and all that stuff, you might want to make a few tweaks. You will definitely want to make a few tweaks. Definitely on the tires. These tires, no man. I personally am not enjoying these tires on the road as well all that much because these are not very street biased. Like they're not a 90-10 tire, so about an 80-20, which I think any adventure tourer would have an 80-20, but I don't know, probably because it's the bigger front tire, it doesn't feel as, I don't know, as funky on the road as the Versys did because that had a 17-inch setup. And that is something that's not a bad thing for the bike again. It doesn't discredit anything about the bike because that's just how the bike is built, right? That's the purpose that it's built for. It's not for the road completely, as I said, but it's a bit towards adventure, real adventure, right? Where the road ends, you want to be there. So that's what this bike is designed for, and they've done a great job. I mean, you wish you lived in the world of Transformers, कि भैया बटन दबाया और 19 से 17 inch हो गया. Wow, that would be amazing. But it's not, so you're gonna have to choose a package, man. Don't be silly. If you buy a bike with a 19-inch front and then you say, oh, it doesn't turn like the other bike, give yourself a tight slap, alright? That's the package. It's the package. That's the character that you're purchasing. So be reasonable, everybody. So yeah, and you know what? I personally am not much of a speed fan, so this works perfectly fine for me. Because when you're at very high speed all the time, I have the Ninja 650, and on that bike, I felt that if I'm not riding at a good speed, if I'm not like near track experiences and things like that, the bike would kind of stare back at me, give a roll eye and be like, dude, God man, why did you get me home? And yeah, and that was it. It was a great bike, by the way. Beautiful bike, the Ninja. Because I think it's the only bike which is a sports bike, which is so comfortable. Its ergonomics are so friendly for touring. It's a great bike. But yeah, I've moved on. And I don't know what's gonna come in my garage after this. Maybe a few more years with the GS. With GS, I don't know. But yeah, because I think the GS is an interesting package. It's an interesting package. Well, I'm done with most of the reviews. I'm gonna keep the rest for the night video because I'm talking about the lights there and a few more things which I've covered here as well. But yeah, most of the review is gone really. It's a great day. Let's look around. Let's see what's happening.